Hey guys, Adam Hart here. Here's where to get all the simple keys, where to use all the simple keys, all the rewards you get for using them, and useful places along the way like Shakra map locations, and how to get to a lot of good locations like Sinner's Road, Blasted Steps, Sands of Karak, which is where one of the keys is, how to get to the Citadel for Act 2, which is something we'll cover in this video as well, and I'll show you guys exactly where to go along the way, instead of just showing map locations, so you guys know exactly where to go. And I'm going to give you guys advice on the order you guys should get them, and the order you should use them. All the simple key locations. First key, get it from Peb and Bone Bottom. Second key, a mini boss at the top of Sinner's Road. Third key, Sands of Karak, which requires the harpoon skill. I'll make a video on that as well. Fourth key, Bilewater shop and Songclave within the Citadel, and that's the order. First use, Deep Docks for the fire buff, make your needles stronger. Get that right away. Second use, Sinner's Road and NPC, he unlocks for Dania. Third key, and that has new bosses. Third key use, Wormways for just map access, so you get to Shellwood and Bellheart. Fourth key, you get a Rosary Canon for Boom Boom, a gun. That's right. So that's the order I would recommend, guys, especially getting that Deep Docks one first, so you guys can get that fire buff. So starting off with the first key location, you buy it from Peb, and then the first key use is then using it in Deep Docks. So the yellow text is what we're currently focusing on. So the yellow text was the location, we got it. So now the yellow text is showing we're now going to use it. So I'm going to show you guys the location, and then we use it right away. So while I could show all the locations first and then all the uses, I think it's better to use them as soon as you get them, because most of the time you can use them right near the simple key. So here we go, guys. We are now going to the Deep Docks one. Now, if this is really early on in the game, you won't have a lift here, so just go up, like you see in the map, go to the right, and then just drop down, and you'll be right here, and then you could just hit that lift, so you can access it in the future. Keep heading to the right, and if your location looks different, if anything looks different on your map, because I'm later in the game and I'm going back into it, and things would change in the map when you encounter bosses, just go up into Milestone like I showed, or go up into the Marrow, and then go to the right, and find a place to drop down, and you guys will find it. Keep going to the right, you'll see that lift. This is a Shakra map location, because there's little rings on the floor that indicates if Shakra's nearby. Keep heading to the right. This is also how to get to Lace, if we were to keep going to the right, but we're going to drop down here. And if you go to the right on this level, you get to a bench and a shop. There's a gate that's closed though, so you have to go down here. There's an ambush here, like a mini boss will fight you. Head to the right, and that is the locked door for Deep Docks. Go ahead and use your key. If you don't have a simple key, like you didn't have enough rosaries, I'm going to show you guys a workaround to get behind this door without using a simple key. Although the door to Flint Slate, which is the fire buff for the needle, will be locked, but you can still make use of Warden Bell and Craft Metal. I'm going to show you guys that in the video too. So you can still get inside this room and make use of some of the things if you don't have a simple key. Now up here, the door will be locked if you don't have the simple key for Deep Docks, but that is where you go to get Flint Slate. So the second room at the top left, Flint Slate, there it is. So it makes your needle stronger, you imbue it with fire. So here we go, I'm going to show you guys an example, and I'm just finding this guy and I kill him in just several hits. It's awesome. And that was a big boss too, like a mini boss. So now we're going to head to the right, and here is where we exit the place here. Now you may notice when I use my cloak, keep going to the right and you're going to hit that, by the way, and that's how you access that part. You may notice when I use my cloak, there's like this sharp effect. So that's something you can buy from a shop later in the game. I'll be covering that. It's called the 12th Architect. Now use your harpoon skill when you open this bottom right door. You don't get the harpoon skill until later. I already have that recorded, I just need to post that for you guys. But you don't get that until much later though. So head down here, and you'll notice that door is locked. That's to a fragment. I believe that helps you hold more silk or something. Now if you go to the left side down here, it just leads to an ambush. People attack you. I didn't find any reward in this side of the room, but I want to show you guys anyway. But if you head to the right, you go up this really tricky platforming and you get to that fragment. Also, I'm using the Reaper Crest. I want to give you guys a lot of tips along the way just to help you guys out. So the Reaper Crest is a big downward hit. So if you're having trouble with that diagonal hit when you're going across enemies or plants, switch that up, man, right away. Get the Reaper Crest, you get that on the left side of Greymoor. After you beat these guys here, and I have a video of that on my channel if you guys need help with that too. After you beat these guys here, I didn't find any reward, but I just want to show you guys what the area looked like. So you're going to head up here, and then head up one more level, and then if you go to the far right side, I just found these green guys, or these black little blobs with green plants on them. If you just head to the right, you can't go anymore. But here we are on the map. I just showed it for a quick moment, and we go to the left, and I didn't find anything. So I'm now gonna go back. I'm gonna return to the harpoon door and show you guys what happens if you go to the right side. Actually, before I do that, if you go to the left, hit that, it'll come down, and if you keep going to the left, that's where you get craft metal. And you guys can get that even if you don't have a simple key by going through the shortcut, the back entrance to get into this room, which I'm going to show as well in this video. So here we are at the harpoon door, and now I'm going to show you guys the fragment. And you notice I use the harpoon skill in the air. It can help you just get around the environment. It's super useful. And you can actually do it multiple times in the air as well, not just once. So if you're having a lot of trouble with the game, it does get better with all these skills. And in a sense, it gets a little easier as well. Now, here's the tricky platform bit. So a good tip I have for you guys is you can use your harpoon skill. You're going to have to hit that orange thing there. That's why I showed that, by the way, in this death. You're going to have to hit that orange thing, and then it opens it up. You can use your harpoon skill, and then use the Reaper downward slash to hit a spike. So that's good advice I have for you guys. I didn't have to do it there, but sometimes you actually have to hit something to make your way around. So the harpoon skill saved me going back to the wall. And you can see that Reaper Crest, that's why I love it. You're going to have to hit this orange thing up here. There's something called Ascendant's Grip, which you get in Songclave in the Citadel at the top. If you buy it, you can hang onto walls indefinitely. You can just stick to a wall, which is extremely useful. So I'm going to show you guys that later in the video as well. Keep heading up. We're going to hit this orange thing. This was really tricky for me. So I wanted to show you guys my struggle here. Because, hey, you're not alone when it comes to, like, struggling on some of these platform bits. Maybe some of y'all don't have any trouble, but, like, I normally don't play platforming games. Head to the left, and there we go. And that's how you get that. I think that's to hold more silk. Someone had commented that. Hit that, and we're going to come back to the harpoon door. So that's where we are on the map. And then if you head to the left, that's where you get that craft metal. Okay, here's how to get behind the locked door if you don't have a simple key. This is useful in a couple ways. One, if you just don't have enough rosaries. Two, if you don't like platforming and don't want to go up all these spikes in Sinner's Road, which is where you get the second simple key. But I'm going to be showing that, of course, later in the video. So here's how to get behind the locked door. This is also really important. So you guys get something called a Warden Bell, which protects you while you heal. It's absolutely crucial. That's where you fight Lace, by the way. Just to give you guys a landmark. There's an old bell we just passed. So it ricochets back and forth, creates a huge sound. So that is used to open up the Citadel. When you guys get to the Citadel, to Act 2, you need to find 5 Warden Bells. Keep going to the right to get to behind the locked room here. So the 5 Warden Bells, the 5 old bells, you're going to come across a lot of them naturally. The Warden Bell, though, is something different. And I'm pulling up a picture to inform you guys what all those old bells are, and just in case I forget to tell you guys. So right here, this part at the bottom of the map, I didn't have the map location at the time, but it's the very bottom of the huge column that leads to Greymoor. That's how you get into this back entrance to the Deep Docks area. And if you just head up to the left and then jump over, you guys will get the Warden Bell. It protects you while you heal. If someone hits you while you're doing it, you don't get the heal off, but it protects you. But sometimes if you time it right, you can get the heal off and it protects you. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And by the way, all the old bells, which opens the Citadel door, which you get from Blasted Steps, it's in the Marrow, Farfields, Greymoor, Bellheart, and Shellwood. Okay, so now we're in the Deep Docks. And from here, if you just head all the way down to the left, you would get craft metal. I believe that's the only thing you can get if you don't have a simple key. But you can also get that Warden Bell. So that's absolutely huge. And then once you guys have the harpoon skill, you'll come back here later. When you do have a simple key, definitely use it on deep docks first. You don't want to use it on Wormways. You want to get on deep docks first so you can make use of that fire buff for your needle, the flint slate. To use that, go to a bench and equip it, and then hold up in R1, or if you're on Xbox, RB. And then you head down, and that's where the harpoon circle is, and then go into the left, that's where the craft metal is, just to help orient you guys. So as soon as you come into that room from the back, that's where to go for the harpoon door. Okay, here's how to get the second key. We're going to go to Sinner's Road, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how to get to Sinner's Road now from Greymoor. So instead of just showing you guys the location, I think it'll really help to show you guys exactly how to get to these places. So you're going to learn how to get all the simple keys in this video, and how to get to places like Sinner's Road, Blasted Steps, Sands of Karak, and the Citadel, so you guys can also get to Act 2. I'm also going to show you guys how to get another skill called a Needle Charge. So we're going to head this way to get to Sinner's Road. Those guys and these guys right here, this is a great farm in Greymoor. You just go from halfway home, use the bench in the top right, and then just kill those guys on the right side, come back to halfway home, sit on the bench, go back to the right, kill those guys, keep repeating. There's a great farm there. So after you guys keep going to the left of the halfway home, drop down, fast travels to the right so you guys can unlock that, but keep going to the left. And this is also where you go to get the Reaper Crest, by the way. So head up here now, up this tower. And I think Reaper Crest was to the left more, either going up and then to the left, or going down to the left. But Reaper Crest is really close by, and I have a video on that already. So right there, we use the wall jump skill to get up. You're going to need wall jump. I have a video on that too on my channel. You get that in Shellwood after you beat Sister Splinter. Now keep going to the right here. So you have to get up that tower, and that's the start of Sinner's Road. You're going to hit that switch right there. Hit this elevator just to unlock it, but we're not going to take it. Jump on top of it and head over here. Hit that balloon and head to the right. And now we're going to head up here. Rosary's on the right side. If you want it, keep heading to the right. And now we are in Sinner's Road. So, this place is pretty brutal, because these guys, if they catch you as well, they'll hit you on the ground and get you pinned for a little bit, which is not only frustrating, but also there's poison in this area too, which then prevents you from using your silk, I think, if I remember right. So there we are on the map. And we're going to head to the left side now. Right there, see that ring on the floor? Another indication Shakra's nearby. That's where we are on the map. Do Reaper Crest to hit that. And Shakra will be there. And a broken bench will be here. To fix the broken bench, head up that wall. That'll be closed off. Hit that. And you can get around there. Just to save time in this video, we're not going to use that, because I'm going to make a separate video on that. But also, it's not the best thing to do for what we're trying to do. There's a free bench on the right side. That's much better. That's much better to get the NPC here, because it's closer to the NPC, which with the simple key. Now, I use Reaper Crest just to propel myself up, but if you don't have it, head to the left. I'm just going to repeat this part in the room, and head up here, and then hit these. And not that you need Reaper's Crest to do that, but it's just harder without Reaper's Crest. And we're going to head up to the right side. And hit these here. So yeah, you don't have to fix the broken bench. You really don't need to do that, but you can, just for convenience, when you're exploring this place. But just to get to this NPC, just don't do it. Rather use the free one. So I'm going to show you guys how to get to that free bench. So if you die, you're going to spawn there instead of all the way down in Halfway Home. And Halfway Home has a bench on its second floor, by the way, on the right side. So there we are on the map. That cocoon in the bottom right, where I died at, that is where the free bench is. At the top of that column is where the NPC is, who would drop the second simple key. So I head down to the right. And you can see that poison status effect on me. That's why this place is pretty rough. Keep heading to the right. And there's going to be a gate there. Hit that. Keep going down. There's going to be 2 enemies down here, so watch out for them. I think someone... Yeah, an enemy chased me down here. Got me killed. I'm using Thread Needle, which you get in a skill called... Well, it's Thread Needle, and it's on the right side of Greymoor. that's how you get that. And also have a video on my channel showing you guys how to do that too. We're gonna rest here. Then a creature comes out and he like worships you. And over time he will then like make silk or something for you. Now we're gonna head to the left. He absolutely worships you for clearing that area for him. I'm also going to show you guys how to get to Bilewater, which is an option you could do to get to the Citadel. So to get to the Citadel, you could go right through Bilewater, or go back to Bilewater and go to Shellwood, Blasted Steps, Sands of Karak. Actually, Blasted Steps and then the Citadel. You don't need to go to Sands of Karak to get to the Citadel. But you do need to do that for the key. So I'm going to show you guys 2 different ways you can get to the Citadel. And now we're at that entrance where we came into this room. We're going to head up to the right here. And this part's a little tricky, so you're going to head up, float, and then do a dash. I think that's what I did. And then bounce up. And if you saved your key in Deep Docks, which I don't think you should do, you could use it on the NPC so you don't have to go all the way up here, the jailed NPC. But that's how you get the simple key. And there we are on the map, at the top. So just to repeat what I said, because I went really fast there. If you didn't use your simple key yet, from either the Wormways door or the Deep Docks at the bottom, you could save it for this. So maybe you wanted to get into that back entrance in Deep Docks. You could then just use it on the NPC here. But I think you guys should use your simple key in Deep Docks so you can get that fireball for your needle. And then just make your way up and get the second simple key. Those black markers on the map, you're going to go to that first one there that I marked. And now we're going to head back. We're doing everything in reverse to head back to the NPC. So I could just cut to the NPC, but I want to show you guys exactly where to go to get back to him. When he does that punch move, that's your cue to jump over him. Other moves he'll do will be like flinging his chain above his head, but don't jump over him when he does that. We're going to make our way to the left side here. And right at that bench icon and that Shakra ring, we're going to head down here to the jailed NPC. And he will unlock Verdania for you guys. Use that simple key, and here we are on the map. And Verdania isn't something you get until much later into the game, but he'll unlock a whole new era of bosses. Okay, so the next key is all the way up. So the 4th key is all the way up there in Songclave. But the reason I mentioned the 4th key first is because from here, you can go right into Bilewater, which is going to be right there on the map. And then you can make your way right and go through all these areas here and make your way to the left side to the Citadel. And then you would get the 4th key first instead of the 3rd key. But I think you guys should go left side of the map, which is not only easier, I think, because of... Well, I don't know about that though, but I think you guys should go left side because not only do you get the 3rd key, but then you get into the Citadel really close by. Whereas if you went the right side of the map, you wouldn't get another key, but you would get to the Citadel. So I think it makes more sense to get to the Citadel and a simple key along the way. That's why I think we should go to the left side of the map. And now from here, we're going to head to Bilewater. So I'm going to show you guys how to get to Citadel from the right side of the map. Just in case you guys want to take that Bilewater route, but we're not going to take that in this video. I'm going to then go back to Belheart. I think that's what I did. And then I'm going to show you guys how to get to Act 2 from Belheart. And get that simple key along the way. But of course, after we do that, I'm going to show you guys the 4th simple key. So we're going to prepare ourselves up. We're going to head to the right. So follow along here if you guys want to get to Bilewater, or if you just want to unlock this location and then just continue following along to my guide. Okay, so just jump on that, jump on this, and then you're just going to drop down. And we're right at that marker, so just get rid of this guy here. Quickly go over here. As soon as you drop down, you can float. If you don't have float, then just dash. You guys probably have float at this point, though. You get float from the Drifter's Cloak, which you get in the Seamstress in Farfields after completing the Flexile Spines quest. Wish. And now we're in Bilewater. Here we are. Okay, so now go back to Bellheart. Here's how to get the third key. So you could take that route to get to the Citadel if you guys want, but here's how to get to the third key. I'm going to show you guys how to get to Shellwood, Blasted Steps, and then Sands of Karak. Now this is a tough key to get. It's not too hard to get to Shellwood or Blasted Steps. Sands of Karak is rough though. I'm going to be real with you guys. But that's where you get the needle charge as well. And what that is you just hold square and you do a really powerful attack, which you can hold while you're sprinting and jump in the air and then release that to hit airborne enemies as well. So just head to the left here. That's a Shakra map location, I believe, right there. If I'm remembering right. There's a bench icon. Keep going to the left here. So we're making our way to Shellwood now from Bellheart. Okay, there's another bench icon. There we are on the map, and you can see that column going up. And you notice a marker on the right side. That's an old bell location, by the way. So if you see a lot of markers on my map, sometimes I'm marking where we're going specifically, but other times those are old bell locations I'm showing. Head up here. And head on these. And you can see that kicking in, that sharp effect that I use. I forget what it's called when I use my Drifter's Cloak. So it's really useful. So to the right is an old bell location. And I'm going to show you guys that here. So that's when you like unlock that bench and that big bell would ring. That's what those are. And again, all the locations for that are the Marrow, Farfields, Greymore, Bellheart, and Shellwood. Keep going to the left. This is how to get to Blasted Steps. So as soon as you get to that little pad, that concrete block, you're going to head up. You're going to see that inspect sign. We're going to head up here. The music in this place is awesome. Hit that bench, and you guys are in Blasted Steps. In case you don't have enough anxiety in this game, creatures are trying to rip your feet off every time you land on those little steps. Actually, maybe that's why it's called Blasted Steps. Here it's tricky because of the wind. So just time your float according to that. So the only time it really matters is if you're going against the wind, of course. And jump over these guys. Hit this bell. Float. Hit the second bell. As soon as you get over this guy, we're going to drop down and hit a lever. Just to create a shortcut for us in case we come back. So, right here, that first gap. Head to the left. Hit a switch. That'll drop that down so you don't have to go all the way over here. You can just float from one of the earlier blocks we were on, instead of going up higher. Okay, we're going to keep going. You see chakra rings on the floor. Keep going to the right, and that is a chakra map location, all the way right here. And of course, she's not there anymore for me because I bought the map from her. And just a tip for you guys, if chakra isn't there for you guys, not this one specifically because we're later in the game, but other locations, she goes to Bone Bottom. If you hit a metal ring on the right side of Bone Bottom, right before you exit Bone Bottom, she'll show up there. You hit that ring, she'll show up. Now, if you progress more in the story, she's not there. She'll then be in Bellheart after you beat the Widow. After you beat the Widow, it populates with people, and on the right side, to the right of where you upgrade your needle, she's going to be there. Now, if she's not there, I don't know where she goes next, though. But those are the two main locations she'll go to, so you can summon her and buy any maps that you're missing. Okay, we're going to work our way up. There's a switch on the left side if you guys are here for the first time. Yeah, you probably are, so go to the left side and hit that. And then you're going to make your way up here. And we're just making our way up to the top. All the way to the top. Okay, we are really close to the Citadel for Act 2, but before we do that, we're going to head to the left here, hit that bench, and get that fast drop. So there you go, guys. And to the left of him is a shop, which I actually recorded, but then I wasn't able to get the shop because I found him, and then he just went up and just bolted out of there, and I don't know how to get to him. So we need something to get up to that guy. But anyway, keep going to the right. So to the left of that fast travel is a shop. I don't know how to get to him yet, though. So keep heading up here. I think there were enemies to fight there the first time I got there. And head up here. Thankfully that one is dormant. And then head up onto the wall to make the second bell. But that little tunnel you guys saw up left is where we get the third key. But this is where to go to get to the Citadel and the last judge. And fun fact, if you take that right side of the map, it's called Sinner's Road because you're skipping the last judge. So you're not having your sins judged. I think that's such a cool little fun fact. Because you can make it to the Citadel without confronting the last judge. If you go through Bilewater, and then... I'm not sure what the next place after that is, but I know Putrefied Ducks, that, if I'm saying it right, is on that right side. So we're gonna head here, and right there to the left is where we would go. That's where we would go to get this key. But there, just to orient you guys, that's where the fast travel is. So now we're gonna head down. And going down is where we're gonna go for the third key, and we're gonna find like a really little entrance, like a door right there on the map at my marker. I'm also pulling up a map just to tell you guys what you can expect to find. And in terms of maps, and I was right, after Bilewater you guys will find Putrefied Ducks. And then you'll get into Memoriam and then drop down to Songclave. Yeah, so there's also Exhaust Organ above Sinner's Road. But if you go the way I showed, you'll get to Bilewater. The left side of Bilewater is Exhaust Organ, but if you keep going up Bilewater, you get to Putrefied Ducks. Anyway. You get to that boss here, and then if you keep going to the left, keep going to the left, and you guys will get to an area where you get a needle charge skill. Now at this point, guys, you need the harpoon. And to get that, I'll have a video of that on my channel I've already made, and I'm going to have that linked if you guys are watching on YouTube. If you're watching on TikTok, please hit the link in bio, check out the YouTube, you see all my timestamps as well, and you have a link to the harpoon video. Or you'll see it on screen. Or not on screen, you'll see it in my description. So you'll go in here, and this is where we find this guy. He will give us the needle charge skill. Needle strike. So just hold square. And you guys would do a charged hit. From there, this is how you get to the next location. Hit these for the harpoon. And then jump onto this. And then I use harpoon to help me get to that wall. Just to play it safe, I would do that too. Then from here, you could just drop down and then hook onto the next ring. But I would say, hit the wall, hit a float, then do the harpoon. Get onto this, get up so you can reach that, and then make your way right here. Okay. Now for the tricky part. Yeah, that wasn't the tricky part, buddy. This is harder. So hit the harpoon here. You're gonna get on this, and this bug is in like the worst placement. But Team Cherry knows what they're doing. So you're going to hit a harpoon. I actually mentioned this earlier. You're going to hit a harpoon, then do a downward hit to make it to the wall. And that's how you get there. That's really the main thing you need to know. If you get that, you'll have everything else. And that's how you get to Sins of Karak. Okay, I wish I could tell you this part wasn't tricky. So don't do what I did and just do a nosedive into the bugs. Hit this ball. It's going to create a path for you guys. Now, it's not as bad as it seems. The really tricky part is at the very last one. And you could also use these bugs to ricochet off of them to help you guys get air. So hit this one, land on that, the next one, and here we go. You could go to the left. We're gonna go to the right. Land on that. Hit this wall. Hit that wall. Hit this one. Hit this one, and then land here. Watch out for the guy that has pinpoint accuracy, by the way. And then from here, do a harpoon to make your way up. And you could make your way back, but I actually died, which made it faster. If you die, you actually have more time to head up this path. So you could purposely die if you are willing to lose your rosaries. So hit this, and head up here. And that was the trickiest one. So if you don't have many rosaries, you could just die. And you have more time to get back there. Okay, if you keep heading to the right, if you hit that wall and keep heading to the right, that's where you get the next simple key. So you guys have put in the work. You're basically done. But if you go to the left here, you get to Shakra's map location. And if you ever don't make a jump, you can do a downward hit to hit spikes like that. Okay, there we go. We have the map location, which I highly recommend you get because this game is brutal if you don't have a map. So you see those two silhouette tunnels going to the right? We're going to take that bottom one, and we're just going to go all the way to the right side. And thus you get the third simple key. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to Wormways to use that key. So I think the best way to use the key is Wormways after this, because Wormways isn't that important. Wormways just gives you access to shellwood and Wondrous Crest, but you can get to both of those without that. So you get Wondrous Crest by right before the vomiting bug, land on this lamp, and then float down the bottom of the mountain, and the room would change. Keep floating to the left, you will find a ledge, and then keep going to the left, and on the far left side, you can go up the wall using wall jump, and get to Wondrous Crest. And you can get to Shellwood and Bellheart by just going from Greymore. So I don't think Wormways is really that important. The only thing it really does is just makes you access the map easier. But I would rather get Deep Docks first, and then the NPC in Sinners Road. So that's why Wormways is third. That's the recommended order for you guys. Okay, you're gonna hit this. You could ricochet off this guy to help you get started. I think it's fun to do that too. Hit that, land on this, go up to the left, hit a float before you get that wall. Use the harpoon to get to the far right side. And then hit this. Okay, now it's easy sailing. Now you guys put in the work. Because that part's a little tricky as well. Now be careful not to die here. Be careful not to faceplant a wall and head all the way back. That would be absolutely tragic. After you get over that elevator, make sure to unlock it. Just sprint as fast as you can to evade all those enemies. But then watch out. Imagine I died there. I had 1 HP. So watch out for that spike. Hit that bench, and there you guys have the third key. And there we are on the map. So, yeah, just be careful not to go too fast in that last room, or you might actually die if you don't have enough health. That would be horrible. But there we go. We have the third key, and now we're going to go ahead and use it in Wormways. And I'm going to show you guys not only how to use... Now we're in Bone Bottom. We're going to use the Wormways one. Not only will I show you... Oh, right there, by the way, is where to get to Shakra. And hit the metal ring to make her show up, if you're missing maps. Not only will I show you guys how to get to the Wormways locked door, but a shortcut to get around it if you don't have a simple key here, or if you just don't want to use it. But there's enough keys for every single door, so if you don't mind doing the work to get the fourth simple key, then you can use it. But yeah, that's another tip for you guys though. If you don't want to do all the stuff to get to the fourth key, you could just not use the Wormways one, do what I show in the shortcut, and then use that key on the fourth key door. That might have sounded confusing, so you could just save this key here, just use it on the door in High Halls to get the fourth key reward. So we're going to head up here. I'm going to assume you guys don't have the elevator in Bone Bottom. This is how to get to that elevator. If you have the elevator in Bone Bottom, you can skip ahead in the video and just use that elevator to go up into Mossome. And then to the left is where you get to the Wormways locked door. So we're going to head up left here. Keep going to the left, and we're going to get into Mossome, which is a really great early rosary farm. And that is where Shakra is. And to the left is an early rosary farm. To the right, that's where Bell Beast was. Just to let you guys know where you are, to orient you guys. In Moss Home now. That guy knows what he's doing. That guy is in the worst placement. Hit that switch. That guy knows what he's doing, man. That guy messed me up so many times. Okay, we're gonna head down here. And that's where the elevator is to unlock it. Hit that switch, and you guys have that elevator to use in Bone Bottom. Okay, so once you have that elevator and you head up here, this is where to go to the Wormways locked door. So if you don't have the Reaper Crest, you do a diagonal hit, which is harder, right? So if you hit that bug, you'll go here. If you just jump, that bug will leave the post. So if you just jump and do a downward hit, you guys will be fine. And really quick before I give you guys tips on our Taco Bell bug. So don't worry about being in the right alignment with the diagonal hit. Just jump above the bug and do a hit, and chances are that'll take care of the rest. But once you get Reaper Crest, it gets easier, of course. Now, to kill this guy, I found the best place was in the middle. You get a B shard when you kill him. And then you could use a tool by holding up an R1. I got that from the shop near Lace. So, near the Deep Docks locked door. And then, that's where you go to get the Wormways locked door. But if you don't have a tool, or if you just run out of tools, the best way is just, when he vomits, jump up, hit him once, run back down. Wait from the vomit, jump up, hit him once, jump back down. So that's the best way I dealt with him, and I was in the middle of the map. So that's where we are for the Wormways locked door. I'm going to show you guys the map location for that. Or maybe I didn't. So that's where or maybe I did. I was talking though. So there we go for the elevator door. There we are on the map for the elevator. Yeah, elevator door. Elevator. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys where to go to get behind the Wormways locked door and save that simple key if you wanted to use it in high halls in the Citadel to get a Rosary Canon. But this place here, this is where we get Wanderer's Crest. So we're going to hit this bug, and we're going to hit the second one, but instead of going over to the left, we're going to go to the right. My recommendation for you guys is just to unlock that door. Because it's not that hard to get the fourth simple key. As soon as you drop down, head to the left. Bunch of rosaries here. And there's a Weaver effigy on the left side. So my tips for that, don't hold float when you're going down before this room. As soon as you load into this room here, tap X as fast as you can to catch that float. And then hit a dash if you want. If you messed up your float at all. From here, you're going to float to the left as far as you can. And you're going to use the wall jump, the cling grip skill, to head up the left wall. If you have cling grip already, the wall jump skill, you don't need to do any of that actually. You can just head to the left, because that's right where you begin the game, and that maid is banging on your head. That's right where we are. So you could just head up the wall there, using the wall jump, and then you're going to head up here, and then head to the left side. Okay, as soon as you get here, you're going to drop down to the right, and open a shortcut, a door to Bone Bottom, before you head to the left. To the left now is Chapel of the Wanderer, which is where we get Wanderer Crest. Hit this door here, and you're going to head all the way to the right, hit a bench, and then head back to the Chapel of the Wanderer. So here we are on Bone Bottom, there's the elevator, head back. Just go all the way to the left, and we are at the Chapel of the Wanderer. On the left side are rosaries, on the right side is the place to go to a mini boss fight. And then if you just keep going to the left, you'll get to the Chapel of the Wanderer. You get to the Wanderer's Crest. Okay, so here we are. Getting that Wanderer's Crest. It does fast, short, precise strikes. So change your crest, go to a bench, and then you can equip it. And here's what it looks like. Here's the downward hits, and here's the upward hits. Okay, now we're going to get a fourth key. This is the Jubiliana shop in Songclave within the Citadel. So, to get to this key, we need to save an NPC right here on the map. Now, to get to Songclave, you need to make your way through the Underworks and Coral Chambers before you get here. That's going to take a while. And I'm not including that in this video because that would really stretch out this video, but that's going to take a while. So once you get through all of that, let me know, by the way, if you need guides on how to get through all that, guys. Once you get through all of that, you'll get to the Jubiliana shop, where you'll get to the Wandering Merchant quest. So go to this board and activate the Wandering Merchant. So to unlock this shop, we need to save this guy, which is really not that hard. The hard bit, I guess, is getting here, but to actually save him, it's not that bad. So we're going to head to the left, so just hit that bench. We're going to hit this. This part right here, I did a Scuttle Brace montage. It's basically something you get, and it took me so long. You turn into a bug, and it makes you get away from enemies faster. But you guys should definitely check that out. I don't know if I'll make a regular YouTube video on it, but it'll definitely be a reel I post. Okay, once we get to this level here, we're in line with that marker, as you can see. And hopefully these markers are helping you guys out. You should place the markers down with me as well, to make it easy for you guys. It's just a straight line now, just going to the left. And you guys could also do all this in reverse, if you need help getting to Songclave as well. So that's the benefit of me showing exactly where to go here too. And here we are. We're at the Wandering Merchant now. Just head to the left. Check this out. These are Sawtooth gadgets, tools you can get. They're so cool. You can use that to just clean up rooms. And once you clean up that room, he'll be behind some boxes right here. And there he is. And if you're just heading into this place for the first time, you just jump up, and that's how you would get here and make your way to Songclave. After you do that, you will finish the Wandering Merchant wish. You granted him that wish. And we're going to head to the right. I'm going to show you guys exactly where to go to get back now to Songclave, just to make your life easier. Because let's be honest, you're very frustrated figuring out where to go in this game. So let me help you out. You get to relax a little bit. We're going to head to the right. Sometimes that's the Souls boss, figuring out where to go. Not even the bosses themselves. Wait, don't get me wrong. Bosses themselves are super hard. Widow is like the hardest one up until that point in the game, but of course, you got some insanely hard bosses. But sometimes the environment itself is the boss. We're gonna hit this. Head up on the wall and then head up here. Hit that bell. Get to the wall so you can jump onto this. Hit this bell. You can hit the enemy too to make your way up. And then once you get up, hit this. If that's closed off... Oh, there's the Scuttle Brace, by the way. I think I'm saying that right, Scuttle Brace. You hold down and press R2, and that's how you use that thing. If you're on Xbox, down and RT, right trigger. Okay, getting through these vents here, and just making our way back where we came. And here we are. Now he's gonna be at the inspect board. He's gonna be right here at the wish board, and we can buy the 4th symbol key. But also, you guys can get the Ascendance Grip, which makes you hang on walls indefinitely. You can hang on as long as you like. You can also get a spool extender. You can hold on to more so, and a mask shard as well. So we're gonna get that. I highly recommend you guys get the Ascendance Grip. Maybe even get that before the simple key. But once you get the simple key, you're gonna make your way to High Halls. To get to High Halls, it's actually not that hard. Just head to the left, and then you're just gonna drop down, head to the left again, head up, and then go left. So it's not too hard. You can't just make your way all the way to the left because there's these guys in the middle, which is where the dancers were, I believe. So you're gonna have to go down, but once you get there, which isn't that hard, you're gonna head on these rings using the harpoon skill. And again, if you guys need help getting the harpoon skill, I have a guide on that on my channel, and how to get out of the harpoon room, which a lot of people had trouble with. Basically, you can harpoon onto enemies. That helps you get up in the air and then float. So that's another tip for you guys if you're watching this before you get the harpoon skill. Or maybe some of you already have it and wish you heard that before you spent a couple hours figuring out how to get out of that room. And as you can see, that Drifter's Cloak ability is helping us to hit enemies and get them out of the way as we're moving. So I highly recommend you guys get that from the 12th Architect shop, which I'm gonna have a guide for on my channel. And I'm gonna show you guys everything. Once you get here, jump up there. I'm gonna show you guys everything in that shop too, so you guys can know what to buy and save money if you don't want to get other things. And up here, a bunch of rosaries. But we're gonna head down now. Just wanted to show you guys that. Head down to the left and catch this. That'll unlock this part on the bottom right. And I got this on my first attempt. This part isn't hard. It may look kind of difficult, but it's not. Just ignore him. Head to the right or left. I'm gonna get you boys that cannon. It is so cool. Maybe we'll get different guns in DLC. I can't wait for the DLC in this game. This game's a masterpiece. If you're on the fence about this game, actually, probably all you guys watching already have this game because you're getting keys, but if you're on the fence about this game, it's like, it's worth it for the music alone, I would say. But it's amazing. It's like perfect and everything else. My only complaint is that benches, which we just got to, and a fast travel location right here. Benches should be closer to bosses. It's really my only complaint about this game. Especially the Hunter's March one. I feel like that should have been closer. Alright, so we're going to find a fast travel, and in the bottom right, that is where you get the High Halls map. Absolutely crucial, so we need that. And the fast travel system up here is a different system than the ones earlier. It's completely different. These are sophisticated bugs up here. They don't ride on bugs. They go through a futuristic tube. Now to the left, if we just go straight, like a straight line to the left, that's how we use the fourth key, and that's what we're going to focus on now. Hence the yellow text. We're going to head to the left now. And right here. And that's where to use the fourth key. And of course, I'll show you guys exactly where to go to get the gun now. Fun fact about the needle, you can find places in the game where there's not even enemies, it's like a magical mirror, and you can play it and it reveals lore about the game. It's so cool. But if you do it near enemies, you can stun them. If you do it near friendly NPCs, they sing with you. It's awesome. Okay, up here, we're gonna head all the way down to the right. Float down. You don't even need to catch that on that platform. You can just head down here and then go to the left, and then just sprint quick before an enemy shows up, and then head to the left. And then hit that. You're pretty much done. That's it. Easy. And then just hit that. And there you go. You guys have the Rosary Canon. So, it literally costs you money. And we're now going to head to the fast travel, and we're going to go to the High Halls. I accidentally went to Terminus, which I think might be how to access Verdania. Because I think I remember the board on the far right side of Terminus saying that. So, go to High Halls, and that's where Sherma shows up. Sherma actually shows up here now, which I think happens once you get to High Halls. So, what you do is hold square to load it with rosaries before you get off the bench. So stay on the bench. Yeah, you hold square to load it with rosaries, and then head up here, and check this out. We're going to test it out. Watch this. You hold up. You hold up in R1. And then hold down in R2 to do the Sculptor Brace. Isn't that awesome? Thank you so much for watching this guide. I know it was really long, but I know some of you guys want to know exactly where to go, and it can be frustrating if you don't know where to go, so that's how to get all the keys, where to use all the keys, all the rewards, my advice on the best order to get them, and the best uses for them. And all the rewards for them too. If you guys need more help with the things I showed in this video, check out the description so you guys can see related videos. And if you guys want more quick tips, check out my TikTok, or if you're on YouTube, check out my Reels page. And my Silksong playlist is down below as well, so check that out if you guys want more help. And please drop a like and comment on this so we can send this out to more people and help them as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like and comment, subscribe for more, and thanks for watching.